Alright, hello everybody, Zaxtorian here with another First Play on launch day. This is a new game that came out earlier today on Steam called Dungeons and Necromancers. It's kind of like a randomized dungeon crawler where you have to beat so many enemies on a level, and then you proceed through a gate onto a lower level where it progressively gets harder and harder. But there are like power-ups and things you can do to advance your character to help you survive longer. So this game comes in at $3.99 its first week. It is 40% off, so a nice discount the first week. And my job in this video is to give you guys some gameplay footage and let you know my opinion, my early first impression score, and tell you if I think it's worth your $4 or your $2.39 with the discount this week. This is Zaxtorian, and we'll be back to get a first play of Dungeons and Necromancers right after this. Alright everybody, when we launch the game, we don't have a standard Unity launcher or anything like that. This is the screen we get, and you won't have continue. I did play the game just a couple of levels to kind of get a feel for the game before I started recording. And we have options here. I like the fact that the game does default to my native desktop resolution. I don't have to change that. Full screen, you do have the option to put it in windowed mode if you want to. Sounds volume and music volume by default is at 20%. I really like that. It's not like a lot of games where the music is just blaring loud and you have to lower it. So that is the default, and I like that. So let's go ahead and just show you guys a new game and kind of how it works, kind of start over, and we'll evaluate the game as I play it here. Yep, we'll go ahead and delete everything. Looks like we get to keep the money that I did earn, my first play of the game, however. And these are permanent upgrades that you can do to your character. Now, you can pick up potions in the game that'll give you like a brief, advantage in the game for like attack speed and health and stuff like that. But these are permanent upgrades, and it shows you the price of them, and they're pretty expensive because this is like a 10-minute game or something like that, I think, that I earned 233. But we don't have enough money to do anything yet. And we're just going to go ahead and descend down into the dungeon. So, it generates, I do believe it generates a completely random dungeon every time you play. And we are, I believe, on level 1. So, dungeon 1, it says that in the lower left, and it kind of shows you a map of the dungeon. So, one cool thing about this game is you can... Oops, let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Skeletons aren't too bad. Sometimes they drop potions, sometimes they drop coins. That's about it. There's really no armor or weapons or anything like that in the game. I would love to see you have the ability to... Oops, I went through the portal. I killed every enemy on that first level, and now I'm in Dungeon 2. Now, as you go deeper and deeper, or higher level, if you would call it... there's going to be more mobs, they're going to move a little bit faster, they're going to have more health, etc. So it's going to progressively get harder and harder as you play. Also, on every level, you can find a shop, and if you just come over it, once you step over it, you're going to have all these different potions that you can buy for a price. So if I move over this, it'll tell me what it does exactly and the cost of it. So your health is up here with the skulls. And this shows you kind of how many chunks of earth you have in your inventory right here, and of course how much gold you have. So if I want to buy a health potion and increase my, or restore 1 health, like if I had taken damage, I could buy that. It's expensive, but it looks like all these are pretty expensive. 75, yeah, pretty much all of them are pretty expensive. So when you want to get out, just come down to the ladder, and you step out of the shop. Now, one cool thing about this game is you have the ability to shoot the earth and kind of dig through it. Now, you can only go so far, and there's going to be a boundary. Once you see that flat line there, you can't go any further. But what you can do is, let's say I have a whole bunch of skeletons or mages or whatever that came at me right now. what I can do is it'll let you hold as many as 10 chunks of earth at a time, but I can use the right mouse button and I can draw a line to defend myself right here. And if I wanted to draw a bigger line, I could just come over here, grab more chunks of earth, and I thought I would get some more. Oh, okay, I am getting some more right there. So it just takes a while to get more chunks of earth, if you would. Can I pick them up here? No. I thought maybe I could pick them up here, since it almost looks the same, but no. So just destroy earth, and eventually you'll get more. So you see I have 3 now. So if I wanted to make this a little bit bigger, I could do that, for example. Now, you want to pick them back up, I guess you destroy them. But again, even though this was like 12 pieces of earth that I placed, if I destroy them, it looks like it's maybe 6 to 1. Yeah, it looks like you have to destroy about 6, maybe 7 pieces of earth to get 1. But it's still kind of a cool little feature of the game, I think. Kind of adds a whole new dimension. And the enemies are just going to basically, they're going to try to home in on your XY coordinate. So, for example, I believe if I place the skeleton right here and I move right here, he's not going to be able to get to me because he's going to keep trying to come at me through the wall. So it does kind of give you an advantage to put a wall in front of you and then maybe sneak over here and blast him like that. So that's exactly what the walls are for. So as it gets harder and you start getting deeper in the dungeon, walls might be significantly more important. I did advance to, I believe, level 10. I believe the first time I played, and I wasn't even close to death. I mean, but I am pretty good at these kind of games, but I just didn't find it really difficult. Though I did notice that the progression of difficulty was definitely getting higher as I moved deeper into the dungeon, which is pretty cool. So we got an attack speed here, and you do notice the difference in, when you pick up these potions or whatever. You can definitely tell I'm attacking faster now. Sometimes you might have to destroy the wall to get to these guys, but like many of these games, you just keep everything at a distance and kind of kite these guys. And once you defeat all the enemies here, you come through. And as you see, once I did have 7 chunks of earth, but once I came down to the lower level through the portal, it gave me 10. So it looks like you don't have to sit there and hack away at a wall to get the ability to place walls. You just need to destroy enemies and advance through the dungeon. So obviously there's only 3 enemies that I've seen, and these are definitely the hardest ones, especially when you get like 3 or 4 at a time and they're all shooting you with their fireballs. You got more to dodge. It's kind of more of a bullet hell. I barely dodged that one, as you can see. The little skeletons aren't bad at all. It's mainly the fireball attacks that you have to worry about. Okay, I don't want to go through there yet. I want to get that gold. And we're going to come down. We are now in level 4. Oh, crap. It's a fun game, guys. I really like it. I would like to see the developer add a few more different kinds of creatures to the game. Maybe add the ability to get, different robes of armor. Advance your AR and stuff like that with different items. Maybe add chests to the game. Random chests that will give you different things. Add about 20 different items you can get. Maybe a different wand to shoot fireballs or ice spells or something like that. And allow you to, kind of choose between what you have and the weapon you find in the chest or whatever. I think that would be a really cool thing to add to the game. But I mean, this is a $4 game. And I'm going to grade it at the regular price of $4 here when I go ahead and give it a score. But I like the game. I think it's fun. I like these kind of games. I think there's better games like this on Steam. But this one, it definitely starts out a lot more casual and progressively gets harder. And we're going to go ahead and continue to move through here. Oh, crap. The music is pretty good. I don't have any problem with music. The graphics are definitely nice enough for this type of a game. And the thing I really like about the game is that the controls, WASD to move. Let's see if you can use arrows. Yeah, you can also use the arrow keys. So the controls are very fluid and responsive, which definitely helps. And you know, while the graphics aren't anything to write home about, they're definitely good enough. Yeah, I'd like to see a few more items in the game, like chests, like I said, maybe a couple of different attacks, and maybe a few different enemies as well, rather than just the 3 we have right now. And that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes these fireballs can get kind of crazy, especially when you have 2 or 3 of these things shooting at you at once. It can get pretty hectic and get pretty fun. Another attack speed potion. And these arrows here will kind of show you where the enemies are. But we do have one down here we need to take out. Remember, you have to kill all the enemies on a level before you'll get that portal pop up. And right here, instead of just going down and around, I can definitely shoot a hole through the wall and kill this guy. Sorry about that, buddy. And that was it. Move on to level 6 now. And again, we can come in the shop. The shops are always the same. It looks like the prices are always the same on these things. Another thing I'd like to see the developer do, this is a really easy change, is give these potions a little bit of random variance. Since there's only one shop on every level, if I was the developer of this game, I would definitely give these things a random variance. So maybe sometime you'll come and see a health potion, you know, for like 75. Maybe sometimes it'll be 78, 84, whatever. Maybe give these health potions a random cost of anywhere from 75, which would be a good price, all the way up to 150. And the same kind of, you know, variation for all your potions. Give them a little bit of random variation just to kind of keep things interesting. I would definitely do that. Now, if you do, let's say I buy a health potion right here. I hit space. Sometimes you gotta position your character right over it. And there we go, I bought it. So I bought a health potion, but I didn't see anything advance here. Let me see if I get out. Yeah, I don't know where my health potion went because I don't think I'm full on health, but I tab. Yeah, I don't know how you would use it. There's my stats right there. Health 6. Okay. So if I find another health potion, we'll see if it goes up. See, I only see 5 skulls right now is my problem. I thought I would see an additional skull when I bought that health potion. So that's a little bit confusing. But it's a fun little game, and I think the music goes along with the game really well. Guys, let's go ahead and keep this video pretty short. I don't want to make a super long video. I don't want to show you guys how... I mean, if I was to play this until I died, it would probably be like a 45-minute or an hour-long video. It definitely does get progressively harder. These enemies start moving faster. There's a lot more enemies on every level. And you're definitely going to find a challenge as you advance. As you can see, it's already getting way harder than it was at level 1. So, fun little game here. The ability to build your walls and stuff like that is really cool as well. I like this one, guys. Let's go ahead and give this game a score. For value at $4, guys, again, this is going to be subjective because if you like these kind of bullet hell, you know, games like this, if you like this is the same kind of game as like there's a lot of space games like this where you're shooting asteroids or, you know, enemy ships in space. However, this one just is like a dungeon. So there's a lot of games like this as well when you're in a dungeon. But, you know, you got to make sure that you like games like this before, you know, you spend $4 on it. But if you like games like this, then we'll see here. Let's just check this, make sure. Come down here. Health is still 6. That's interesting. I spent 200. Yeah, and my health is still 6. I'm not really sure. It doesn't show the health that I bought. It's probably because I'm maxed out, guys. I'm probably wasting my money. I probably have max health, and I'm spending money to, like... I'm drinking health potions, if you would, when I'm already at full health. So that's got to be what it is. So let's go ahead and test that real quick before I score this. I want to make sure that it's working. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a hit here. Bam. Bam. Okay. So now I've definitely taken a hit. You can only see 4. I did have 5 skulls there. Let's come up to our shop. And, oh, crap. Okay, I took another shot there. Let's come down here. Okay, so our max, I believe this might be, if the developer might want to change this to maximum health. or even show like your current health. Like, you know, if my health is 4 right now out of 6, say health 4/6 or something like that, because this is a little bit confusing. Or at least say max health here, because I believe that's what he means. So let's come in here. Let's go ahead and buy a health potion. Let's make sure that, yeah, I'm at 6 right here. I'm at 4 right here. Let's go ahead and buy this. There we go. Yep. So see, that didn't increase my max health there. It increased my current health. So now I have 5. Also, if my current health is 6, I would definitely make sure that you have 6 skulls showing up here as well. So I believe it's a little bit confusing, or maybe even buggy right here. So, yeah, that is a little bit concerning, but not very much. I think the game's still hella fun, and that is something that I'm sure the developer can easily fix. I just think that if you have 6 current health, it should show 6 skulls. If you have 4 health, it should show 4. If you have 10, it should show 10. And then also down here, I would basically put, either change this to max health, so you know what you're talking about, and then maybe even say max health 6, current health 4, or, you know, whatever. You have room here. You could definitely put in parentheses or something like that, current health 4, max health 6. I think that would just make it a lot more user-friendly, and it's a very easy change to make here. So, yeah, and this shows you, like, if you picked up a potion to increase your attack speed, it shows you that right here, and your damage speed, your, you know, whatever you're getting for damage. I like that. So, yeah, I definitely like that. So, guys, value, if you really like this kind of a game, and, you know, I would hope you like this kind of a game before you would spend $4 on it, but if you like this kind of a game, I can definitely see somebody getting 4 hours out of this game. Maybe not the first day or the first week they buy it, but as long as you like this kind of game and you have fun with it, you know, you'll play it again and again over the coming months. And I think the value is pretty high on this one. I don't think it's a 40 out of 40. I'd like to see this game around $2.99, especially since there is a lack of, you know, armor and weapons and enemies as well. But I think it's a pretty cool little game. But I would strongly maybe either encourage buying the game on sale, or encourage the developer to consider maybe lowering the price a little bit, simply because there really is a lack of you know, cool things like loot and chests and, you know, different kinds of armor and weapons and everything like that. I'm not sure that it's really worth $5. So for the value, guys, I'm going to give the game a 30 out of 40. I think that's a pretty fair value evaluation. If the game was at $2.99 instead of $4.99 regular price, I would definitely give this game a 40 out of 40. And definitely right now, guys, remember the game is only like $2.50 right now on sale, $2.39 on sale right now with a 40% discount. So that is under the $2.99 price that I'm telling you would give you a 40 out of 40 value. But at $4.99, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give this game a 30 value. So keep that in mind. If you could get this game like it is on sale right now, you're getting a 40 out of 40 value, so the end score will be 10 points higher than what I'm going to give it. Next criteria, guys, is how much fun is the game? It's worth 30 points. I think the game's pretty fun. It's not, you know, it's not super duper fun. I think there's games that do this kind of thing better, but it's a pretty fun little game. It's no complaints about it as far as fun. I like the fact that you can slowly progress and get the game gets more challenging as you get further. I would just like to see a little bit more added to it, and there's lots of games like this on Steam that I believe cost less, that give you more bang for your buck and more options and stuff like that. For the fun level, guys, on this game, I'm going to go ahead and give this game a 20 out of 30. Again, pretty rounded figure there, but I think that's a pretty fair score for this game. And that's a pretty subjective part of my scoring. You know, one man's fun might be another man's super fun, and it might be somebody else's game that's not fun at all. You know, it just really depends on who's playing it. But I think 20 is a pretty fair evaluation for my level of fun that I'm having in this game. Next criteria is controls and bugs. How are the controls and how many bugs do you have? I think the game could show a little bit better how many health points you have, even if you have to do numbers. Say in health 5 would be better than a non-working skull line here. If you have 5 health, I think there should be 5 skulls, as I've already mentioned. I would rather see a number than something inaccurate like this. So I'm going to take 2 points away for that. Everything else, controls and bugs, it works just fine. I mean, your right mouse button to either destroy walls or shoot or place walls is great. So, controls and bugs, guys, I'm going to give 18 out of 20. That is a high score. And then the next criteria of my gaming is graphics and sound. How good are the graphics and sound? Well, again, remember, guys, we're not comparing this game to Skyrim because it's not a game like that. This is a simple 2D game. Looks like made maybe in Unity or Game Maker. If I had to guess, I would guess Game Maker. But you know, you can definitely tell what the enemies are. You can definitely tell that's a fireball coming at me. It looks like I'm shooting some kind of a magic acid ball or something. You can see the enemies explode in blood when I hit them. And I think the graphics work fine, guys. I'm going to go ahead and give this game a 7 out of 10 for graphics and sound. You add that all up, guys, a 30 out of 40 for value, a 20 out of 30 for fun. That is 50 points. And then I said 18 out of 20 for controls and bugs is 68. And graphics and sound, I said, is a 7, makes a 75%. Now, keep in mind, guys, if you can get this game at the current discount of 40% off, and you like these kind of games, you can go ahead and add 10 points to my value score, making the total of my score an 85%. Also, if the developer lowers his regular price from $4.99 to $2.99, you might want to think about that developer, because I believe you'd probably you might sell 10 times more copies of your game at $2.99 than you would at $4.99. So just something to, you know, think about, because at a price of $2.99 or a sell price, I'm going to give this game an 85 score, because the value would be maxed out at that kind of a price. So there's my score, guys. 75% at a $4.99 price tag, or an 85% if you can get this game for $3 or under. That is my score, guys. Hopefully this has helped you make a decision on purchasing this game. Let me know down in the comments below if this video inspired you to go buy this game, and if you agree with me on the score after you play it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This is Zaxtorian 99, and we'll see you in the next video, everybody. Take care.